Welcome to Viral Talk. Today we will explore viral videos on people reactions when they learn the truth about tariffs. What are tariffs, and how will they impact us? Who will they impact? How do they work? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section.
Better late than never, right? 2 days after the election, and suddenly everyone's asking, what is a tariff and who pays it? Hey, at least we all know now. Here's to timely curiosity.
Help me! Help me! Help me!
China doesn't pay the tariffs. We do when they come in.
No, it doesn't work like that.
Actually, it does work like that. So I'm a business owner, I own a beauty brand, and we actually produce a lot of our packaging in China because we have to. For most of our products, we do our best to find packaging that's either stateside or in the Americas because it's a lot cheaper for shipping. Air shipping is very expensive from Asia, and it's better from an environmental standpoint because there's a lower carbon emission. But a big problem with American manufacturing and stateside manufacturing is that there's not that many options for packaging. And for some beauty products, you need specific packaging for it to work. So we end up having to get our packaging from China and shipping it to the US. Tariffs would directly impact the margin of our product. Because at the end of the day, it's not China that pays the tariff, it's the importer. And who is the importer? We are. And we're a small business, so we've already set our margins to be healthy for the business, but also fair to the consumer in terms of price. If we were going to be charged a tariff, that would drastically change the economics of our business, so much so that we would have to charge a different price, a higher price for our product.
So a company in Pennsylvania today, all the people were brought in, all the employees, and the boss had to explain to them that they were not going to be getting their Christmas bonuses this year because of Trump's tariffs. They are now having to buy a year's worth of products ahead of time in order to stave off those tariffs. Of course, all the employees were disappointed because they thought that the other country paid the tariffs, which is misinformation that the Republicans put out there to try to fool people. The leopard's gonna eat your face. We're gonna hear more and more stories about this over and over and over again. People are going to regret their decision and realize that they have been conned.
If Donald Trump's plans were ever implemented, the country would sink into prolonged recession. A few examples. His proposed 35% tariff-like penalties would instigate a trade war, and that would raise prices for consumers, kill our export jobs, and lead entrepreneurs and businesses of all stripes to flee America. His tax plan, in combination with his refusal to reform entitlements and to honestly address spending, would balloon the deficit and the national debt. So even though Donald Trump has offered very few specific economic plans, what little he has said is enough to know that he would be very bad for American workers and for American families. But you say, wait. Isn't he a huge business success? Doesn't he know what he's talking about? No, he isn't. And no, he doesn't. Look, his bankruptcies have crushed small businesses and the men and women who work for them. He inherited his business. He didn't create it. And whatever happened to Trump Airlines? How about Trump University? And then there's Trump Magazine, and Trump Vodka, and Trump Steaks, and Trump Mortgage. A business genius he is not.
Tariffs are an amazing tool by the president to use. They're an amazing tool, but he understands, don't tariff stuff we don't make, right? If we don't make it and you want to buy it, I don't want to put the price up there. It's pointless, but use tariffs to build in America. If we want to make it in America, tariff it, or if we're competing with it, tariff it. But you got to remember, we need to protect the American worker. Finally, someone's going to protect the American worker, and Donald Trump is here to protect the American worker.
Do you think we make a lot of money in tariffs, or if they're used as negotiating tactics? Look, tariffs will come down there. We're not going to have super high tariffs here either. There's not going to be a big pot of money at the end of the day.
I love that story. So which is it? Do we make a lot of money on tariffs, or we bring productivity here and we drive up our workers here? So it's a win-win scenario. I like both of them. I think what's going to happen is we'll make a bunch of money on the tariffs, but mostly everybody else is going to negotiate with us, and we will be more fair. In 1948, right, we came up with something called the Marshall Plan, right? The world, Germany and Japan were destroyed after World War II, and we wanted to export our economy to them. So we made a rule. They could tariff us, and we won't tariff them. So they can rebuild. This is the
best explanation I've heard of.
So they can rebuild their economy. We rebuilt their economy using something called the Marshall Plan. Yeah. Our economy is so awesome that we'll use it to help you rebuild. When should that have ended? What do you think, 1980? Right? 1985? I mean, why 40 years are Japan and Germany and all of Europe still tariffing the heck out of our auto industry, tariffing the heck out of our furniture industry? Do you realize all your furniture you're buying that's made foreign? It seems crazy. Why? It's because they tariff us and we don't tariff them.
So my boss pulled me aside today. He just let me know that we will not be receiving our Christmas bonuses this year. And as a welder that already lives paycheck to paycheck, this is devastating. All because Trump is saying that he is going to enable tariffs when he is in office. Because even though we buy locally and we support small businesses local to us, those small businesses purchase materials that are from overseas, so they would have to pay that tax, meaning they have to increase their products. So when us as a company are purchasing products from them, we're going to be spending more, and therefore that is digging into our bonus money. However, he did say that we would be receiving a big raise next year, that because other businesses are going to be increasing their prices, we are going to have to increase our prices, so we will be making more money. However, that won't fucking matter because everything is going to go up in price, so that raise will literally mean nothing. And I have to sit here and just remember that this is not my lesson to learn. And for everyone else that is going to be experiencing this, who did not vote for Trump, keep that in mind. It is not our lesson to learn. However, we will just be suffering with everyone else.
It's already starting. My husband and I went to our favorite breakfast spot yesterday, and we didn't pay attention to the menus. We ordered our usual, and instead of our bill being $36 and change, it was actually $43 and change. And they also made us aware that starting December 1st, that if you use a credit card, it will be a 3% charge. So I guess everybody is gearing up for those increased prices due to those tariffs, which is so sad for the American people that will be paying the extra money.
Donald Trump will tell you that you can now say Merry Christmas in America, but because of Donald Trump's tariffs, you may no longer get a Christmas bonus because your employer will have to pay more for goods abroad. Merry Christmas, I guess. Folks, that may be funny and that may be a joke, but this is a serious thing that's already happening. I want you to read this message with me from an American who said that the results have already started following Trump's election. This is from an American woman today. My husband works for a small manufacturing company, and here in southwestern Pennsylvania, that means most employees are Trump voters. Totally fine, right? When the president of the company sat them down today to tell them that their annual Christmas bonus would not come in this year because they now need to purchase at least a year's worth of products prior to January 21st due to that proposed tariff, they did not understand. I want to say that my husband said that their president had to explain what a tariff is and how it will directly hurt their company. They even all thought that the foreign company paid the tariffs. Folks, that's not true. Folks, it's all fun and games until these policy agendas really impact everyday Americans. And you may no longer get a Christmas bonus because of Trump's tariffs. As always, following for all the news you need to know about.
Breaking news. Donald Trump is not even in office and prices for goods are going up. employers are cutting Christmas bonuses because of the tariffs coming with Donald Trump's trade policies, and employees are being the ones to lose along with the consumer. Inflation will be increasing likewise. According to CBS News, CNN Business, and CNBC, and a post by an actual employee of a company in southwestern Pennsylvania, here's the latest on what's going on about Donald Trump and his proposed tariffs. The company in Pennsylvania, the president of the company told the employees that they would not be getting a Christmas bonus this year. They had a meeting with the employees to explain to them why and what was going on. And they said they would not be getting a Christmas bonus because that the company anticipated the tariffs that would be placed on goods imported from other countries to increase significantly enough that they were going to have to use the money to go ahead and try to stockpile materials and goods and products that they were buying from abroad now, so that once Donald Trump took office and these tariffs went into effect, that they would already have the products in stock and the materials in stock. And the employee said, but China and these other countries are going to pay for these tariffs. The president explained, no, children, that's not the way it works. That's what Donald Trump's told you, but that's not the way it works. The importer of the products pay those tariffs, and those tariff prices are passed on to the purchasers of those products, which means if your company purchases products from another importer of Chinese goods, that importer pays the tariffs, in which Donald Trump is proposing to be 60%. They pass those increased costs on to you, the local company, which you pass on to the consumer, the American people. China does not pay for this. The Chinese company does not pay for this. Donald Trump has said that, but that is a lie. That is a lie. That is a lie. That is not true. That is not correct. And all of these workers that voted for Donald Trump, believing that China was going to pay for this and it wasn't going to hurt their income and wasn't going to hurt their company, are going to find out that Donald Trump told them a big lie. That is not the way tariffs work. And they're going to find out the hard way. They're going to find out what they bought is not what they thought they purchased, and they can't return it. They've got him for 4 years or longer if he tries to stay in as dictator under Project 2025. We'll see. Also, other companies such as AutoZone and others have indicated they will immediately start raising prices as they anticipate what the tariffs will be on these products. Again, Donald Trump has proposed 60% tariff on all products from China and 10 to 20% tariffs on all products from all other countries. This is going to raise prices on average Americans. They're estimating $2,600 depending on the actual tariffs, but minimum $2,600 per American family, and I've seen up to $4,500 for American family that we're going to pay more for thanks to Donald Trump. Donald Trump has led you all to believe China and these foreign countries are going to be paying the tariffs. Wrong. The importing company pays the tariffs and they pass the prices on to you, the consumer. You, as the American consumer, will be paying the higher prices, and you're going to find out you're going to pay a heavy price for electing Donald Trump as your president. Love to hear from my Democrats and my MAGAs, my crazies and my cuckoos, and all y'all low information folks that only watch Fox and Donald Trump. You're going to find out you're going to be paying for these tariffs, and you're going to be paying in higher prices and inflation. Hope you love it. You bought it. Now you're going to get to pay for it.
It just really bothers me that people really don't know how impactful this tariff increase is going to hurt not just consumers, but small businesses and entrepreneurs, if you will. I was talking to someone earlier, and she's a hairstylist, and she was like, it's really not going to affect me because I don't work for anybody and I work for myself, and I'm not going to really feel it because I'm a self-made owned business person. And I was like, yeah, but I mean, you do hair, so where do you think the hair is coming from? Like, they're going to increase the taxes on that shit out the wazoo. Remember when Kanekalon hair was like $1 a pack or even cheaper than that? Yeah, we're going to be paying like $5, $6 a pack for just some fucking Kanekalon. Where do you think the lashes come from? Where do you think the glue from the lashes come from? Where do you think the fucking lace fronts come from? Like, let's just be real about this. Let's just analyze it a little bit. You want to get your nails done, like the acrylic. Where do you think the acrylic's coming from? Where do you think the nails are coming from? Like, even the fucking the liquid, I can't even think of the name. I used to do nails for fun. That all of that shit comes from across seas. If it doesn't come from China, it's coming from Korea, believe me. And people really just don't understand. Like, if you're a small business and, you know, you're selling, I don't know, socks or, you know, body oils or body lotions, a lot of the products that we get, they're not created in America. They're being shipped to the United States, and they're putting fucking, and we're the importing country, so we're going to have to pay the tariffs on it. So this is kind of deliberately being done to directly impact entrepreneurs and small business owners. Because if you can't keep up, if you can't pay, you know, for the supply and the product, you can't keep up with the demand of your business. And then ultimately you're resulting to having to go back into the workforce. That's what they really want. They want people to go back into the workforce. Let's be honest about it. And I just want people to not be surprised when next year comes and this is really like manifesting itself. And you're like, whoa, I wasn't paying this last year to get these products, you know, and now you're blaming the wholesale seller, and the wholesaler is just kind of caught in the middle of the crossfire. And it's really not their fault that this is going up. Yeah, it's going to be a shit show.
Genuine question for the shopping haul girlies that voted for Trump. All you little TikTokers that do your little shopping haul, what are you going to do when Trump imposes 100% tariff on Chinese manufactured goods? That means all your little Shein hauls are going to double in price. Because where is Shein manufactured? China. There's already been an uptick in anti-consumerist sentimentalities among like liberals and leftists. Are we going to see that among the right wing and conservatives? Oh my God, if Trump is the president to take down Shein hauls, I'm going to be so fucking pissed. But seriously, did you guys not realize that would be one of the consequences of a Trump win? He said this from the start. He said tariffs, 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 tariffs. 60% to 100% tariffs. That means the cost of goods is going to double. Those Shein hauls aren't going to perform as well on TikTok if there's only like 20 items. I mean, there's a strong likelihood that TikTok won't even exist. But if Trump is doing what he says, he does say he's going to overturn the TikTok ban. So who the fuck knows? If Trump is able to keep TikTok in power and he single-handedly dismantles the Shein hauls, man, God, am I going to agree with him on something? No, but seriously, I hope all you little like TikTok haul Shein girlies that voted for Trump are very happy with yourselves.
Thank you for your support and for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Make sure hit notification button to stay updated on future uploads.